Well, folks, we're back here for another episode of our 5th edition Horde of the Dragon Queens. And as all DMs like to do, we're going to do a little experiment here. After much debating and much to do, the party, the brave adventurers, have decided to go ahead and cowardly retreat back to Greenish, leaving the poor prisoners to suffer whatever fate they will suffer. And as they start to head quietly back into the night, they could hear the soft whimpering of crying coming from down below. So welcome back, everyone. What do we want to do as we head back to Greenish?
Once we get out of good earshot, I'm gonna just hum a nice happy tune.
All right.
All right. I say we just, make a beeline for town.
Mm-hmm.
Muriel keeps her bow strung.
Yeah, we stay on guard. We may.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. We may have to find a place to camp. But we need to get pretty far away from this place first, I would imagine.
Exactly.
All right. Why doesn't everyone give me a stealth roll there with advantage there as you retreat from the local area of the encampment?
Phew. Glad I got that one. There's another. Holy crap.
Wow. It's a good thing you guys have advantage. I don't know how many ones I saw there.
Exactly.
All right, so you quietly start making your way back down through the mountains, back into the grasslands, and back into the rocky crag that you traveled through. It is very darkish. It's still nice light rain falling down. Quite a few puddles are starting to form now. Everything is wet. You're obviously leaving a nice trail to follow behind you as you're traveling back.
How heavy is the rain? I'm just wondering if it'll wash our trail away or if I should follow behind and disguise the trail.
It's just a light rain.
Okay, so I will send them ahead and I'll follow behind and disguise the trail.
Okay, and you can do that with.
I believe it's survival roll for that, or I'm trying to remember now.
Well, I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm just going to look that up. Sure, I saw that in here somewhere.
I'm sure Ranger has something, but I mean, there was, 200 cultists, kobolds, and wagons going the other way on this thing. So
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not showing us walking,
yeah,
one line of footprints going the other way.
Okay. Just looking to see if I can find
Okay.
something here and.
we could go off the beaten path, but I have no idea.
Stealthily forge. Tracking? I don't know.
What is survival? A wisdom check?
Yeah.
Yep.
The DM may ask you to make a wisdom survival check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, identify signs of owlbears nearby, predict the weather, or avoid quicksand.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and give me a survival check there.
Yep. In the tower?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you make it back into the Rocky Crag area. Again, it's pretty dark. You're not sure which way to go. You're following kind of the trail that you had followed in, which was kind of a path that was, made its winds its way through the outcroppings of rocks and different piles and stuff like that. So you're going to continue on that path?
Yeah, I think so for now anyway. That's probably the easiest way.
Okay. How far do you plan on going?
Well, I guess we're probably going back to Greenest, right?
Right. We're just going to retrace our steps and then get back to town, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it is the middle of the night, so
give him the information so then we can head off to.
It is the middle of the night, so
We have.
are you going to travel all night to get back to Greenish?
Well, my
It
vote
took
would
you
be yes,
about
unless there's...
8 or 10 hours to get over here, so
Oh, all right. Well, that's not going to work, is it?
I mean, good. You just won't get there till tomorrow morning sometime, but
Well, I guess that's my vote. We just power through and get the hell back there.
does anybody else have anything to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
What would be like the best area to find something off the path that could be kind of covered and hidden?
Well, once you get through the Rocky Crags, you got that grassland, so I mean, you could just head out anywhere in the grasslands if you wanted.
Okay. I'll trust the ranger to be able to find a good spot.
Okay. Yeah, I should
But
be able to.
I think we need to rest.
All right. I'll go with that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, give me another survival there check. All right. So after traveling for a little while, kind of through the grasslands, you come into like a little gully there by a stream. You think maybe this might be a good point to rest and recuperate if that's what you're planning on doing. It is still raining. Did you guys bring all your tents and all your gear?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got my gear. I don't know if that includes a tent, but
Yeah, I don't think my gear has a tent.
Mine does not.
Yeah, I don't think any of us had tents.
Okay.
We couldn't afford them before we got to town, and none of us bought any while we were there.
Okay. So you're just gonna huddle together in the in the rainstorm.
You say it's a gully.
I did, yes.
Rock walls, earth walls.
Just dirt.
Sloped walls, basically. Like, I'm assuming it's not like steep walls, right? Just to...
Yeah, just a 10, 15-foot drop down there. Kind of down where a stream bed, might have been flowing through the grasslands for a while and eroded it down. Is that where you guys want to stop?
Excuse me. Yeah, that'll work. It keeps us out of sight mostly, and whoever's on watch can sit at, near the top and keep an eye.
All right. Are you going to have a watch?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Muriel will take first watch. She's freshest.
Okay.
And we have the benefit of her owl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you're going to rotate like every couple hours then, or?
Yeah, Balinor can take second watch.
Okay, great.
I'd want to take last because
Fair
it'd be
enough.
closest to dawn. And
Yeah, I'll take third watch.
yeah,
Okay.
so I don't have dark vision, so
Mm-hmm.
All right. So basically, the next morning comes. Pretty uneventful night. Towards the end of the dark hours, it starts to really lighten up rain-wise, and then as the morning approaches, it is stopped. You still have some thicker, darker clouds out there, but looks like most of the rain has come through and passed through.
Okay.
And you start heading off into Greenish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that constitute a long rest, or is that a short rest?
That is a long rest.
That is a long rest. Okay, thank you.
Sweet.
I can actually go in. I can do this now. If I actually go into the menu, I can actually say rest, long rest. There you go.
All right.
So that should have given you all your spells back. You want to make sure you adjust your spells, however you're planning on doing that. If you do have spells or abilities. All right.
Okay. I think I'm good.
All right. You pretty much make it back to Greenish after some time.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the day again. You're pretty well exhausted from all this traveling back and forth and not really getting much sleep. And sounds like somebody's really exhausted. See, we can't even keep you up to play D&D. How is your character going to stay up and watch? Right? So you arrive back at Greenish towards the end of the day, the next day. So you will now have the Greenish map again. I will share that with you. And you should have your little party token there. So you made it back to the keep there. As you come back into town, you notice that
like people are getting things back together again. Or are they?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay,
As
sorry.
you just no, I forgot to tell you that. So I was just reminding myself, and you caught me. So yeah.
Oh, no, that's,
as you just got back to town, you notice that you hear some, lots of banging going on. Lots of people scurrying here and there, carts in the street moving things, some rubble and stuff. In fact, even to the south of the city here, you see a kind of like a makeshift rubble pile there. You see a bunch of boards and stuff that have been taken out of town, and I see different fires there. They got to, kind of burning this stuff up. Some of the just broken down equipment and everything. And as you actually head into the town part of the town, you can see that a lot of just basically not a lot of houses and buildings were destroyed. A couple, not a lot of them, but mostly carts and hay bales and things like that were mostly damaged. There wasn't doesn't look like a lot of structural damage. It doesn't look like they really were trying to burn the town down, obviously. Looks like they were just trying to have lots of chaos going on inside the town. So what are we going to do, guys?
Well, let's find that guy, the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Looking
didn't
for,
really ask him where we could find him, did we?
No.
he did. Yeah.
Is there like an inn in this town or anything?
Well, we go back to the keep and report to the
Yeah.
mayor,
Good
because
plan.
we were there to investigate. And
Okay.
Yeah.
here's
Good
So you
plan.
talk to the mayor. Sure, sure. So he's at the keep trying to organize things. As he sees you guys, comes running over, kind of pats you all on the back. Welcome back. That was really quick. What happened while you guys were out there? I hope everything was okay. Did you find anything? Did you, he starts asking you a whole bunch of questions about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have found their encampment, and there are hundreds of them, and we found some prisoners.
Oh
And,
my, okay.
we made sure they were in good health. But we were in no position to safely get them out. And along our way, we met a monk's apprentice named Quarrel that we had instructed to come back to Greenest. And he asked us to find his master teacher, and he was there and alive, and we'd like to speak to him if you know where he is in town.
I have not seen such a person. I don't know. No one's come to speak with me about them. In fact, I've been kind of having the guards tell me anybody that's coming in and out of town, and they don't recall anybody actually coming into town. So I will double check with the guards, and I will have the guard come speak with you later today. But I'll have him double check with the other guards and see if this fella, you said he was a
half-elf.
A half-elf, okay. His name was Quarrel, okay. And how old was he, and what did he look like? And
a very young monk student. My character would be able to relay more personal looks than I can recall.
Okay, all right. So you kind of just describe what you've seen and stuff, and the mayor says, "Yeah, I will. I've been telling the guards to keep track of anybody that enters and leaves the town because we basically are kind of on lockdown here. We weren't attacked last night. Fortunately, we had everyone in the town secured here in the keep, and hopefully." We can get back to our lives here after a while, but you say they're not too far away. I wonder if they'll be coming back this way.
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. Why do you say?
The word that we had from the captive monk with whom our rogue here was able to converse was that they will stay in their current location for approximately a week and to move on. They will not come. It is his opinion that they have no intention of coming back.
Okay. Well, good.
Rogue.
That's good to know.
Rogue.
Rogue? What rogue are you talking about there? So, yeah, all right. Well, that's good news. We'll probably just keep on lockdown until a week from tonight. And what's your intentions now? What's your plan? What's your course of action, if you don't mind me asking? Of course, we'd love for you to stay in town for as long as you'd want. We do have a party planned for you guys. Wasn't sure when we were going to celebrate your victorious rescuing of the city because I wasn't sure how long you were going to be gone. But
if I may, it would take a military expedition to rescue the prisoners in the camp. I know not what resources are here. Is it possible to mount a rescue expedition?
Well, I got about 25 guards. My good friend here, the dwarf, Castillo the Red, he's willing to take on anyone, but as far as taking on any kind of...
yes, there are hundreds in that camp.
Yeah, yeah, we probably could do that. I'd like to get our people back, but if you assure me there's no way to do that,
you would leave the town undefended. I see.
Yeah, and if the attack goes unsuccessful and they decide to retaliate, there wouldn't be anybody here to thwart any kind of retaliation attempt, and they could just walk in and take over the town. I don't really see that as an option.
Very well.
Do you have any ale?
Master Dwarf, we have as much ale as you would like to drink. On the house, of course.
I am a very thirsty dwarf.
You look exhausted. Perhaps in a few days we could schedule this party and be able to celebrate our little victory that we had. Any sign of the dragon, the beast that attacked the city? Any clues as to where it's going, what it's up to?
There was a big tent in the camp, and there was also a cave. And we think that there may be something in the cave, but we don't know exactly what. So it could have been him, could have been something else.
Yeah, I relay everything that Monk told us. That cave is of utmost importance, and he's apparently willing to die to get that to get more information or get that information back to us. That once they leave, we must investigate that cave.
I see.
Also, do you know of a one-eyed cleric in town?
One-eyed cleric.
Yeah.
No, sir, I don't know of a one-eyed cleric. Is this a joke or something?
No, I'm absolutely serious. Or it was a cleric with a cut on his eye. What was it?
It's a holy man with a cut eye.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know of anyone such as that.
It may not have actually referred to him. It may have been a code that this monk had with his apprentice.
Oh, that's true.
So
it could be. Okay. Oops. Sorry, cat.
All right. Well, I will get with you and see if I can find out any information about. What did you say? Quarian? Quarrel? Quarrel. Okay. Let's see if I can find out if he made it back to town or not. Is there anything else you wish to do? Is there...
Dry raiment.
I'm sorry?
Dry clothes.
Oh. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He gives you a few gold pieces and tells you to go to the shop and in town and spend them as you wish on whatever items you need. Which you do for the day. Kind of get some more equipment. Go ahead and get some clothes, whatever you wish to spend your money on there. Got about
a hot bath,
yes,
a hot meal, and a soft bed.
Okay, well, you're not asking for much, but
But
they do
things.
they do the best they can for you, considering the circumstances. The inn is located up here. I'm putting a box on your map here. So that's where the inn is. Nice inn. You meet the owners. They talk to you, find out information, kind of just chat with you, give you the rundown of what had happened in the city and stuff. Later in the day, the captain of the guards comes over and talks to you guys and says that no one had entered or left the town by the name of Quarel. And no half-elf has been seen by any of the guards. So if he's in town, he must be hidden.
Great. Huh.
Well,
Okay.
they said that. Well, did anybody recognize our description of the monk who got caught because he was actually part of the fight in the town?
So yeah, you described that individual, and they had mentioned that he'd come into town a couple days before the attack, and he was staying at the inn. You talked to the innkeeper and find out that yeah, he was here, real nice guy, kept coming and going, wasn't really sitting down and talking very much. He seemed to be.
He was alone?
He was alone.
That's right. He did say it's.
Yes, refresh my memory. Or should I refresh yours?
I didn't you say that he had went into town ahead of Quarrel, and then Quarrel like showed up and saw that he got caught on purpose? And
Quarrel, when you met him, had told you that he was sent to get some information from another town, and when he was just arriving back to Greenish was when the city was under attack.
Gotcha.
And then when he came in the town in the morning to find his master had disappeared, he had figured that he got himself caught up in whatever going on here in the town. So yes, the inn lady, she tells you basically, he wasn't very much. He seemed to be out scouting the area. He'd come back in, rest for a little while, and then head back out. Didn't say much, didn't do much, kind of kept to himself. Didn't make any friends. He was only here a couple days, and then the attack came. So that's pretty much everything.
Any specific area that he went to?
She would have no idea whatsoever.
Okay.
I run my inn here. I don't try to find get in other people's business. I have no idea.
All right. Do you know of any other little villages or cities in the area?
She just talks about the other villages and towns that you guys already know about.
Okay. Would anyone know of a nickname for a town or a place called a Red Roost to the north?
She has no idea.
Okay.
We're going to have to find that apprentice.
Is there a yoga studio in town?
There is no monastery. There is no, there is no 7-Eleven where people hang out. So,
are there any other inns? Is this the only inn?
Yes, that is basically the only inn in town. Yes.
Well, maybe what we should do is head back out to that camp that we sent him to.
Yes. And
see if there's any evidence of him, having left or anything like that. We do have a ranger, which might help us.
Yeah, day and a half later, the range come through.
Yeah, plus, it's now evening time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to be another.
I don't know what else to do.
We can hope that he saw us come into town and he's afraid of coming into town and he'll try and contact us tonight.
I think that we should leave town and look for the apprentice. If he's not coming into town, but he's near, he may approach us.
I was really liking the sound of that soft bed you were talking about.
And the other question is, why wouldn't he want to come into town? There's no reason that he shouldn't come into town.
He may have seen that they had the town on lockdown and got scared. I don't know. He should be here. We told him to be here. But then we also remembered that his master sent him to a different town to get information. Maybe he went back to that other town to get more information. To see if his master had went back to that town to try and find him.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe he was caught. You know,
that's always possible.
Maybe he came after us and got caught.
We killed 2 kobolds on his own, but he did hand us his staff.
And he was wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He had a leg wound.
A very nasty, severe leg wound, remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know it was severe, yeah.
And someone did suggest that we camp for a day or two while we were talking to him. He might still be camped over there. I mean, it's only been a day. He might still be camped at that camp.
It was a day and a half, yeah, but yeah.
I mean, if he had a real serious leg wound and was having trouble moving, I don't know.
Well, you talk about it as you go to sleep for the evening and recuperate and try to get some strength, get some food, some nice hot food in your system. Try to get a nice long hot bath and get some new clothes. Get all of your necessities taken care of, and the next day arrives. So what is their game plan now?
If we go and check out the church, like we split up in town, or we could, to maybe contact like the guard, and if there's still no sign of this guy, we do have to leave town and try and find him. I don't think he would go to a church, but we could ask at the church. We could ask the mayor and the guard, and
okay. So you guys give me a streetwise. Did they get rid of that again? I forget.
It'd be investigation, perhaps.
No, it's not investigation.
Okay.
It might actually be. Let's see what it has for investigation.
yeah, there's no streetwise.
Yeah, I wish they would just decide what skills are important and keep them, because every edition has got new skills. Yeah,
Changing
exactly.
the list, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, investigation. When you look around for clues and make deductions based on these clues, you make an intelligence check. You might deduce the location of a hidden object, discern from the appearance of wound, what kind of weapon dealt with it, or determine the weakest point in a tunnel that can cause it to collapse. Pouring through ancient scrolls in search of a hidden fragment of knowledge might also be called for an intelligence. Here, let's do investigation. What the heck?
In the tower?
Sure, why not? Why don't we just do all checks in the tower, and that way we just get used to doing that, and that way we don't have to worry about it. So you spent a couple hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, okay, looking around, just talking with the locals. Hey, we're looking, you pass out your little wanted posters, just talking and seeing if anybody's seen an elf. You'd heard something about an elf, you went to investigate it, but no, it turned out to be just somebody else that looked similar to this guy, an elf in robes. You don't see too many of them, but yeah, it wasn't actually him. But after a couple hours, you kind of figure out if he's in town, he doesn't want to be known, he hasn't been seen, and you're just not coming up with anything that's concrete that gives you any information that he's actually been in town or is coming to town or anything.
Well, I say we strike out on that same path to that camp that we directed him to and see if he's there or dead. Well, hopefully he's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So
Concur.
you head
Tell 'em
out of town
maybe
and
hold off on the party. We'll, not sure if we'll be back in time for the party.
okay. Just let me know when a good time is going to be for you guys. So
Oh, I will.
you will you?
Soon.
All right. Thank you. So who remembers which way it was?
It was southeast.
Mm-hmm.
It was straight up on the way to the camp where they still are at.
All right. Who's gonna lead this brave adventuring group out into the wilderness again?
I'll do it. It's kind of my thing.
All right. Why don't you give us a survival check there to see if you can find the
camp.
camp?
Or the path,
Oh,
or
rolls a
whatever.
natural 20.
Ooh.
He goes, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no problems. Just
Yeah.
follow me, guys.
Been
After-
there, done that. Got the T-shirt to prove it. No.
He's got a big T-shirt with the finger pointing. I'm with Dummy. Yeah, after about 4 hours, you travel out. It's starting to get a little spooky and eerie that, hey, I've been here, I've done this before. You get to the camp, and it's completely abandoned. You don't see any, you don't see anything. Well, I mean, you don't see any persons there. If you guys want to investigate the camp,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Here comes the natural one.
Wow. Too bad we're not in combat. You guys rolled 17, 18, 17, 13.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Basically, from what you can tell, looks like you do see some blood left over from the battle and stuff. So you're not really sure if the guy had even come back to the camp, but it does look different than when you guys had left. There's, the logs and the fire are different, not laid in the same way that you guys had them. So somebody or something has been here, but you don't see any tracks leaving. Everything's kind of all wet and just starting to dry out now, and you don't really see, see some grass matted down and stuff, but not really any good indication of what had happened or anything.
Interesting. Okay, no evidence of tracks of anybody having left any different direction or anything, eh?
You don't see any. Obviously, if he left, maybe the rain had washed him away, or created a, kind of kept him separate, or maybe he didn't want to be followed, or maybe he was trying to leave stealthily, I guess is the best way to put it, or whatever.
All right. Using... No, because he would have come from Greenest. Damn it.
Where this was before I joined you. Where did you encounter him?
We encountered him just maybe 30, 50 feet from here. Two kobolds that we were fighting here had ran off. And it was the first time any of us witnessed our friend turn into that bear. And these two kobolds had run off, and we went to follow them, and we just cut through a little bit of a break in the tree line, and we saw him and the two dead kobold bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he had been following them from Greenest. And I don't think he told us the town that he was in before.
Well.
So if you look at your sort of the coast map there,
Mm-hmm.
kind of down where the circle was, I think is kind of the area you guys were in.
Right. Yeah.
Down there at
Because
the south end of the map. Yeah.
So, I mean, the only other option, I don't know. Only other thing I'm thinking is if we go back and rescue that elf and get him to lead us to wherever this red roost is.
Well, that's what I'm trying to look on the map. Is there anything that speaks anything of that? Because we would now have a little bit of a knowledge of the area. And she says she doesn't know anything called a red roost. But to the north, somebody somewhere ought to. But we can't go too far because we need to get back to that camp after they've left. Which is like 5.5 days away now.
Okay.
No, only half a day.
No, we're half a day away from the camp, but they're gonna stay. They're gonna leave in a week.
Oh, yes.
So.
Yeah, we've been a day and a half since we left there.
Yeah.
So they'll be leaving in about 5 days. But I'm wondering. Okay, so if they travel at night mostly, we might want to camp now.
That way they can come across you and.
Exactly. That way we'll be awake.
If I gotta roll 200 investigate or perception checks for these enemies, I'm not gonna be a happy camper.
No, I'm thinking that if we want to go there in the daytime while they're all sleeping.
No. Let's let them get good and away, because he told us they're leaving. He didn't tell us which way they're leaving. And I don't want to meet them on the road from Greenest to that camp and have all 200 of them go, hey, look at that.
Yeah, but I'm just worried what's going to happen to this elf and the rest of the humans.
That's a concern.
I'm still thinking we could, call ourselves a hunting party, bring in some game, and get access to the camp. And then see what we can do with the prisoners. Except that there are humans, so the humans will be up in the daytime. The kobolds will be up at night. Maybe that's gonna be scary. I don't know.
I just need you guys to make up your minds so we know what we're gonna do, so I can have the timeline advance forward.
There's no sign of this.
Does anybody else have any ideas what else we can do for the next 5 days while we wait for them to leave?
Do we have news of what happened in the other towns nearby? Verdusk, Erebor, Easting?
No. There's also probably smaller villages in the area too somewhere, right? You would think.
Not as really as small as Greenish, no.
Yeah, Greenest is pretty small, and it's got a point on the map and a name on it, so...
Yeah. Verdusk is pretty small, Erebor is small, Burgergosh is small, Candlekeep is larger, Strobanel is large, Boulder's Gate, obviously very large, Easting small, it kind of just a mix.
Fair enough. I'm just thinking those little, like four-house villages or whatever.
Yep.
The old one-horse town.
All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in this episode. I'll give them a chance to figure out what they want to do here, and we'll be back here shortly. Thanks for watching.
Mhm.